There are certain races in this world that are completely and utterly brutal in what they do. And the orcs, they're no exception. However, the fact that the orcs are goddamn morons who, how in the hell do they even function, is beyond freaking me. But before we get into the orcs and literally their dumbass luck, let's talk about our sponsor, Dubby. Do you need the mindset for the grind set? Do you need to keep yourself awake and keep playing video games for longer periods of time? Then you should try Dubby. Dubby Energy is more or less a all-natural supplement that keeps you going for 12 hours. I've been using it for a very long while, and it keeps me going no matter what. The flavor is pretty good, and it can continuously keep you going for 12 hours with no jitters, no feeling of, that usual feeling with energy drinks, and no crash for the 12 hours. If you really want to try it, the shaker cup and samplers are only around $14, and the best part is if you use that discount code right there, which is SCP40K at checkout, or hit the link in the description on my video, you can get 10% off your first purchase. And trust me, you'll like it. Me personally, I like Pushing Punch because it kind of tastes like a Glacier Cherry Gatorade, and it's so good. So again, that's w.gg, discount code SCP40K at checkout for 10% off. Now, back to the video. When talking about the orcs, we really need to get this out of the way. They are stupid as stupid can be. They are literally the dumbest creatures on the planet. But how in the fuck do their shit work? I have no idea. Orcs basically have this natural ability where if they believe in something hard enough, it will come true. So yeah, that's a thing. Literally, they can't be killed easily either. I know that in the Space Marine video game, it's shown me just blowing orcs' heads off like they're nothing and dropping dead.
Space Marine! But I am finished with you, orc.
That's the fucked up part. Even if you cut off an orc's head, it still would keep fighting. The body itself. The reason being, orcs are not actually creatures. They're fungi. They're actually fungus. When an orc invasion happens, it's because orcs will spread a plume of fungus spores that will hit the ground, and after a couple weeks, pop, there's another orc, and they're ready for another fight. The strongest orc that ever existed was called the Beast, and he was so strong that the Eldar and the Emperor had to work together in order to stop him. Yeah, the guy who doesn't like any other race had to get help from other races to stop this guy because he was that strong. And the saddest part is, when it comes to orcs, if the boss orc is big enough, the orcs will passively start spreading their spores, which means if you're not able to eradicate the war boss and eradicate the rest of the orcs, within a couple of weeks, a planet can be completely overrun. They also have the ability to slap fucking shit together and it works. Case in point, I think the funniest example was, you take an orc to a Nerf gun store, he will literally be able to fire legit projectiles, bullets, out of Nerf guns because his imagination is that strong. Their original bodies were called quarks, and they were made by the old ones. Again, we're going to get into those motherfuckers later, same with the Eldar. But long story short, the old ones made the quarks to fight off the Necrons. Again, get into those guys later. The quarks basically had an understanding back then of their powers, but after hundreds of thousands of millions of battles, they began to devolve into this basic, like, raid idiotic stupidity that it was. So quarks became orcs. Now the orcs are very interesting. Like I said, they don't have what is known as a normal hierarchy, and every time they have a fight, they will grow a little bit bigger. So when orcs basically fight, they fight to kill, they fight to destroy, but they don't see the person that they're killing as an enemy or a friend. They just want to fight. They will legit die if they do not engage in war. That's so bad. But with all that saying, orcs on tabletop are also kind of broken, because the simple truth is they have a secret passive ability where if they hit a 6 on their rolls for attacks, they get to attack again. Now you might be saying, oh, Artie, that's a little broken, don't you think? Well, the thing is, they can only hit on a 5 or a 6 on a d6, so yeah, it's not really broken when they can barely fucking shoot. But the thing is, that passive hits everything. So say that an orc is using a little dinky pistol. Okay, you shoot it again. Okay, well, the orc hits a 6 and he's shooting a fucking terminus grenade launcher. Yeah, it's gonna fucking fire again. For no reason. It's so stupid. But when it comes down to it, orcs are probably one of the most interesting creatures, but due to the fact that they have the shortest lifespan out of all the races, yeah, they're just funny.
But I am finished with you, orc.
For watching, and if you like my content, please leave a like and subscribe, and also hit that bell notification so you get updated on everything that I do. Always remember,
Warhammer!